Randy just does an incredible job on these calls, and he's always there to support us. He's building an incredible team, and I know that he's really jumped in full-time with Brain Abundance. So, Randy Steen, I just want to make sure you made it on the line with us.
I'm here. Thank you, Larry. It's great to be here. And, wow, I mean, when you listen to what Eric's talking about, folks, what can you say other than the fact that there's an excitement here? But I want to tell you, in fact, since Dr. Baruzzi's not here this morning, I want to touch on something that's extremely important that you all need to understand. Everything that we have, everything that's happening to this company is a result of a product that works for people. It's a result of a product that was put together by Dr. Baruzzi, not just because he sat around one day and said, here's 13 ingredients, let's put them all in a capsule, and let's just throw them in there, and I know that it'll work for some of the people, and we'll sell this product. Well, that isn't how it came together. It all came together because he was trying to find a solution to a problem, and he found the solution by doing medical study, doing research on all of the ingredients, making sure that they were put together in the right combination so that synergistically they work together that provided a product that people are getting results from. Now, this product is called Brain Fuel Plus. For those of you that are new on this call, I'm telling you about this so you need to understand how this all actually works. Excuse me. It's called Brain Fuel Plus because it targets the brain. That's what it was designed to do. But you've heard me say on this call that this product works 100% of the time for 100% of the people. Now, what I mean by that is that when you swallow that capsule and it goes into your body, it opens up and all of those ingredients that are in there are absorbed by your body and your body makes use of them. It doesn't discard them. Some of you that take this capsule and your body doesn't take it and say, oh, gee, we don't need that. That's not for us, and it passes it through. That's not how it works, folks. Even if you don't think you feel something. You heard me tell a story about a couple that they didn't think they saw any results, yet the doctor told them, don't ever stop taking this product for the rest of your life. It makes it a life change in you. But today I want to talk about something in real briefly, and I know we got another speaker coming on, but I want to talk to you about something so you understand the importance of honestly why you're hearing the results from people as to why this product is doing so much good. Because, folks, if we didn't have the product, the accelerated marketing plan wouldn't do you any good. If we didn't have the product, 150 some odd countries wouldn't be talking and listening on the phone today. If we didn't have this product, you wouldn't have people going and talking to other people about something. Because you see, it's the product that makes it work. And if we didn't have the product, there'd be no dollars that would change hands, which would result in no commissions that would be paid to you. But I'm going to pick something in this product. I want to pick one ingredient, and by the way, they're all extremely important, but I'm going to pick this one because I want you to understand that if this product only contained this one ingredient, it would be a miracle in a bottle. Now, before I start, I want you to remember the term pink flamingo. Now you say, Randy, why in the world do you come up with that stupid stuff like pink flamingo? Because from now on, for the rest of your life, whenever you hear the word pink flamingo, you're going to remember part of or all of what I'm going to explain to you. You see, this one ingredient was actually discovered millions of years ago because it started when our Earth was forming. And this particular ingredient is so exciting that it literally could be called a miracle drug. It's a little known ingredient, but it helps with inflammation, anti-aging effect. I'm going to tell you some more about that. But I want to tell you how important this is. Have you ever noticed how big drug companies, when they come across something that they say is it's some big thing that's going to help people with something, let's use cancer, for example, they make a big deal out of it. It's a single disease, a single ingredient, and they say, wow, we need to fast track this through because this is a miracle drug. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, they just did that with something called a miracle drug. And actually, when you looked at the research, it was supposed to be a miracle in helping people with cancer. Yet when you did the studies on it and looked at it, you find out that one woman out of every 200 actually had a 0.5% reduction in breast cancer, and yet they called it a miracle. Well, let me ask you a question. What would happen right now if you had an ingredient that reduced the proliferation of breast cancer tumor cells by 40%? As a matter of fact, it's so powerful that it prevents it, and by the way, this is all backed up by all kinds of studies, scientific studies, that it prevents cancer initiation by protecting the DNA from ultraviolet and oxidative damage. It stops cancer growth and slows it down at every stage of the cancer growth, even if the tumor is already going. Now, what would happen if I told you that it also helps to protect the brain from dementia and Alzheimer's, and it greatly reduced inflammation and joint pain, and it reduced oxidative damage to your DNA by 40%, even at super low doses? It greatly increases your endurance, muscle recovery, and workout performance. It reduced, as we talked about, the risk of cancer, especially breast cancer, but other cancers besides. It reduces blood sugar levels in diabetics and pre-diabetics. It improves fertility while decreasing the rate of stillborn births. It promotes cardiovascular health by reducing something called C-reactive protein, and that's just a marker that's in the blood that tells how much inflammation you have in your system. It reduces and eliminates carpal tunnel syndrome. It boosts immune function and helps the body resist infections. It protects the stomach from ulcers and invasive bacteria. It protects the kidneys from damage due to high blood sugar. It causes cells to commit suicide, what we mean as cancer cells. Cancer cells go through a process called apoptosis, which is just a term for saying that the body says to the cancer cell, you shouldn't be living here, and it causes it to commit suicide. It aids in that. It prevents asthma by normalizing histamine levels. It protects the body from highly oxidative foods like fried foods. Of course, none of us eat those, right? But now, in addition to that, what would happen if I told you that it greatly protects your eye health, reduces cataracts, and prevents UV damage to the eyes? Plus, it makes your skin look younger, and it functions as a natural sunscreen from the inside out to protect your DNA from damage and from sunburn. As a matter of fact, if you increase the dosage a little bit, in as little as 6 weeks, crow's feet will disappear. What would happen if I told you that it is so powerful that it protects the body from dangerous oxidizing effects of drugs like Vioxx, and they call them COX-2 or COX-2 inhibitors, which are anti-inflammatory drugs that people take, but this will actually help protect your body from the damage from that? And here, what would happen if I told you that all of this can happen with something that's natural that can never be patented? And the reason for that is because it starts with a microalgae. It's natural. And there are no side effects no matter how much you take. There's only good benefits. And what would happen if I told you that it's so powerful as an antioxidant that it's 550 times more powerful than vitamin E and over 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C? And then what would happen if I told you that not only does it target the brain in helping to stop the brain from oxidative damage, which is the greatest cause of the malfunction or the diseases that happen in the brain, but it gets right down into the cells themselves. You've heard me talk about a little furnace in your cell called a mitochondria. That entire thing has to work properly, because if it doesn't, that's when all types of diseases happen. And then what would happen if I told you that it greatly increased longevity in human beings? What would happen if I told you that it significantly, they use it in chickens to lower salmonella infections? And do you know that there was racehorses that actually suffered damage, and they were giving 30 milligrams a day of this stuff? And within 2 weeks, the horse was back to running and normal? Now you're thinking to yourself, my God, what could this possibly be? Which one of those 13 ingredients could be the one that is actually doing all of those things? Well, it's a miracle ingredient, folks, and it's in our product. As a matter of fact, if you take our product that, it tells you to take 3 a day, if you take our product at the rate of 6 a day, 2 servings twice a day, which I encourage everybody to do. I don't care who you are. The minute you get your business up and running and you can afford to, if you're not going through 2 bottles of this a month, you're making a huge mistake. But what would happen if I told you the proper way to use this is to make sure that you take it with a meal that contains a fat? Because you see, it's not only fat soluble. It's fat soluble. It has to have fat to get into your cells properly. But once it gets in there, it also becomes hydrophilic, which means it's water soluble. It helps to protect the cells, the parts in your body that work with water. Now, think about this for just a minute. Your brain is made up of 60% fat. The rest of it's water. Now think about that for just a minute. Fat and water. So if you're eating fat And that's when you should be taking this product. So in other words, you say, well, what does that mean, Randy? Well, in the morning when you have your breakfast and you have your eggs, take it with your eggs. If you're having toast, put real butter on the toast, not margarine, real butter, and put that on your toast and take it with that so that you've got a healthy fat in your body. And yes, folks, butter's a healthy fat. When you have a fat in your body, that it can absorb this product. Now, what in the world could be the product or the ingredient, I should say, in our product that does this? Well, for those of you that don't know, it's called astaxanthin. And it's just one of the ingredients in our product. And when I said pink flamingo, you're going to say, well, what in the world does that have to do with this? Because you see, folks, what causes that flamingo, they're gray, by the way. Their natural color is not pink, it's gray. What causes them to turn pink is by eating two things. Everybody says it's because of the shrimp they eat. Well, that's true, but because the shrimp eat the algae, and the algae with the beta-carotene, or beta-carotenoid in it, which is called astaxanthin, is what turns that flamingo pink. Now, you know why it does that? Because it helps to protect the flamingo from the inside out from UV damage. That stops their DNA from being damaged by the sun. So, folks, if we just had that one ingredient in our product, and I know I'm going over a little longer than I should here, but I want you to understand the importance of this. If all our product contained was astaxanthin, that was it. You have a miracle in a bottle. Think about this, folks. You hear every day, especially on Monday nights on the testimony calls, you hear all kinds of different people getting on there saying, here's what it did for me. If you're on Facebook, you go to our testimonial page and you say, wow, I'm finding out that my arthritis is getting better. Why? Low doses of this help get rid of inflammation, coupled along with all the 12 other ingredients that are in there. We've got a miracle in a bottle, folks. And if you're not sharing that miracle with people, I'm here to tell you, you're making a major mistake. And it's because of that miracle in a bottle. It's because of that some of the biggest paydays to date are happening. Because if you gave out this product to somebody and said, take this, and it didn't work like we said it would work, then there would be no big paydays. So, yes, you should lead with a business opportunity because people get into this business because of money. But they get into it oftentimes because they tried a product. Like Larry Lane says, no matter, even if people come to him and say, Larry, I want to join your business, he said, that's great, but I want you to get on this product first and see what happens to you. I want you to see the results. In fact, we're so positive you're going to have results that our company will give you a 30-day empty bottle, a money-back guarantee, no questions asked, we just refund your money if you're not happy or you don't think it didn't work for you.